There's no particular reason why I'm doing this YouTube live, um, just to make sure that it's live. I was doing a bit of work and I stumbled upon a clip on YouTube. The former US Vice President Joe Biden was delivering a speech to the Association of, I think it's called the American Institute of Stuttering. I have a stutter. I used to have a stutter and I still have a stutter. And actually gave a speech, a TEDx talk to an audience here about 4 or 5 years ago. The issue of stuttering has always been something close to my heart, and it's not a very not a walk in the park for people like us to appear on Facebook Live or going live on this channel, you know. And so as I watched the speech delivered by Joe Biden, I was naturally filled with some emotions. Some of the things that he said was actually the same things that I shared with a group of people in that particular hall in that location here in Singapore about 5 years ago. I've entitled this video clip, "Is an impediment actually a good thing?" Actually, I have had this stutter for many years, and it has always been a challenge to speak. I'm an extreme introvert, and I don't like speaking. I find speaking to people very exhausting. I teach. That is one of the things which I do. I spend quite a lot of time in the week teaching. I teach travel tourism. Some of you might have seen or watched one or two of the video clips that I have uploaded, talking about sustainability. And so speaking has always been a big challenge, you know, for some people, especially for people like myself. And I never like talking. I never like speaking to people, and I find that speaking is one of the things which I don't like to do. I'm an extreme introvert. I can be, you know, seated quietly in a corner, doing my own things, and I don't need people to come up to me and keep me company and talk with me. Is an impediment actually a good thing? In the last few years, in the last 5 6 years, I discovered that I actually gain a lot of things when I try to face up to this problem. So I've been stuttering most of my grown-up life, at least around 17, 18 years. I discovered that I have this stutter when I was about 17, 18 years old, pretty much during high school. I discovered sometime later on that one of the main reasons or one of the main causes for my stutter is that I have this extreme fear of standing in front of a crowd, and it can be a crowd of just 5 6 people. And so that's a double challenge, you know. Technically I have a stutter, and psychologically I have this problem that Google calls it glossophobia. And I have been fighting stuttering for many years, and something enlightened me a few years ago in my journey of trying to overcome this problem. Things came to a point where I discovered that that in the journey of trying to overcome this problem of speaking, I actually became stronger. Stuttering has taught me quite a few things. One of the things it has certainly done to myself is that it has made me more hardworking. In my years of teaching, I've been struggling with trying to teach and trying to speak properly. I stutter in my teaching. It is not so obvious in the class because as I grew older, I somehow find ways to manage to hide this problem. As I become more experienced in my teaching, things become more naturally ingrained in my mind. The topics flow out easier, that's why most of my students, they cannot tell that I actually have a stutter. Stuttering make me stronger. It make me mentally and psychologically stronger. It made me more hardworking, as I was telling you just now. For every hour that a teacher has to put in to prepare for the class and to make sure that the delivery is good, people like us, like myself, we probably have to put in 2 hours. I see myself as the runner who doesn't quite have the luxury of starting out at the starting block together in line with the other competitors. They have an edge. So I'm like someone who starts the race a little further behind. So there's more that I have to catch up. The journey to overcome stuttering has made me stronger. It has made me psychologically and it has made me mentally stronger. Because when you decide that you are going to overcome this problem, you need a lot of strength. You need to not just work on the technical side of speaking. You have to, what I probably call, you have to defeat the monsters in your mind that keeps on reminding you that you have this problem. So my encouragement to those who might be struggling and suffering from the same problem as myself, one of the things that will make your life a little easier is to start seeing it from a different perspectives, which is what happened to me a couple of years ago. I started to see my struggle against my speaking from a fresh new perspective. I no longer see this impediment as a curse. I no longer see this impediment as necessarily something bad. In fact, I started to tell people and I started to see and tell myself that having this stuttering might not be a very bad thing. It might actually be a blessing in disguise. As I started to spend time thinking about this problem and this journey that I found myself in, it started to dawn on me that this might not be a problem. It can be seen as a challenge. It is a challenge, yes. But if you look at the issue from a fresh perspective, which I do now, I now start to see this more as a challenge. Stuttering has now become like a good friend. Um, I actually don't wish that it will go away, because I discovered that I gave it quite a lot of thought, and I felt that there has to be good reasons why I have this challenge, why I have this problem, as some of you might want to put it. If I don't have this stutter, I might well be someone who gets who starts to become carried away with my successes. If I don't have this stutter, I might not have worked as hard as I usually do in my teaching. If I don't have this stutter, I might not be able to gain enough. I might not have been able to garner strength. I might not have been a stronger person as I am now. Being able to go on YouTube to do video clips, being able to pull and put myself to do what I am doing now. I might not be able to see myself doing this live on YouTube. So what I want to encourage people who have this problem is that it is time to see stuttering not so much as an impediment, but it could be a blessing in disguise. It has made myself stronger. It has made me see life with a fresh perspectives. It has made me dare to open doors in life which I probably might not have done if I didn't have this problem. So I didn't intend this sharing to be long. This is more or less what I wanted to share in this live clip. And I find this is a topic which I like to talk about. I did this quite impromptu. There is no notes that I laid out, which I usually do when I do clips, which I put on YouTube or Facebook. So it's pretty much something that I decided to do 20 minutes ago when I stumbled on the video by Joe Biden talking about his challenges with speaking when he was younger. So I'm not sure who out there could be watching this. Drop me an email, make some comments. If you have friends who are stuttering, if you have friends who have trouble speaking, who have the issue of speaking just like myself, show them this clip and tell them that stuttering or the problem of speaking might not need to be seen as an impediment. Thank you.